Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Hello, listeners. Welcome to Business Innovators Radio. This is your host, Constant Taylor. Today, we have a very special guest on the show, and they're going to share some very exciting information with us. So, if you're looking to increase your personal and professional effectiveness, then you've come to the right place. Our special guest today is Dr. Robert Lemon. Dr. Lemon has been speaking professionally for over 10 years, and the content that he primarily speaks on is time management, diversity, and leadership. He has spoken both nationally and internationally and is based out of Miami, Florida. He has several books. One is called Knowledge of Time, 9 Steps to Reach Your Full Potential. He also co-authored Multiple Streams of Inspiration. And he's got a book in the works that will be coming out in 2016 called Time to Shift. Dr. Lemon has quite a bio. Welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure having me.
And we are glad to have you here. Now, I'd like to kick off the show by asking you if you could tell us a little bit about your speaking business and what you do to help your clients succeed and become more effective.
One of the things I've learned as being mentored by Steve Goodland, Les Brown, and sharing the platform with Willie Jolley and also Simon T. Bailey is that it's always great to know when you've been mentored, other people have helped you. And as Zig Ziglar said, if you help enough people get what they want, they'll also help you get what you want. So I share with people on how it took a development of more than 25 years of speaking and 10 years professionally to learn the craft and the skills that I'm doing today. And I also love sharing it with others who are interested in making an impact in the lives of people and influencing our future generations.
So what inspired you to do what you do? I know you said you want to give back, to whom much is given, much is expected, but what inspired you to want to help people?
Well, one of the problems we have in our area over 25 years ago is that South Florida and Miami, Florida, especially for everyone minority that went to college, 100 went to prison, and we were number one in the nation for poverty and murder rate. And I wanted to do something in our community. So as a part of that process, I started going and helping at-risk youth, speaking in schools, trying to change not only the mentality of those who were kind of giving up, but to help empower entrepreneurs and people who were kind of stuck. As a result of that, I found myself being mentored, meeting Les Brown, and he shared with me, he's from South Florida, of course, it's one of the top 5 speakers in the world at that time. And as a result of me trying to really make a difference and stop a lot of those who were going to prisons from continuing to have bad habits and going into the prison system, going to the high schools. And as a result, in the area of personal development, I found a niche. It was very important for me to not just help one, as Dr. Martin Luther King spoke. If you take someone who's hungry and you feed them a fish, you feed them a day, but teach them how to fish and you'll feed them for life. So I learned from the principle of Christianity that, we become fishers of men. And I don't want to be a part of the problem. I want to be a part of the promise. And as a result, speaking just came to me naturally. And I'm so happy that I got involved over 25 years ago.
Yeah, that's really awesome and inspirational. So the people that you help, I know you said that you look to help at risk. Is that the primary people that you target, or who else do you help?
Over a series of 25 years, starting with at risk and going in community helping students, and as a result, there were many parents who were having issues with family issues, and I now today I work with professionals who are aspiring professionals, those who are transitioning, human resource. I've spoke for SHRM. I've spoke for education institutions as a lecturer, not a professor, but as a professional speaker, and keynoted in many government community associations as well. So I kind of I was really blessed to be able to have my gift make room for me. So now I have some of my clients are aspiring speakers who I work with personally, consulting. And then there are also agencies, associations in the community where I'll go in and I do time management, empowerment, leadership type of events, and then governments. I spoke for numerous government agencies this year in the area of time management and personal development for employees. So I'm kind of very excited and happy about the Creator blessing me with these opportunities, because those are the people that I actually speak to every day, and I love what I do.
Okay, awesome. Now, with those individuals that you are helping now, the professionals that you discussed, what are their primary problems that you find with them, and how do you help them solve them?
One of the areas that I found when we talk in professional development is a lot of people are stuck. We live in an economy, people seem to have a difficulty transitioning. Either we find jobs are downsizing, transitioning. There's the baby boomers are now at a point where you have to create what is not, even if it's an opportunity to create extra residual revenue. So what I would do is talk to them where they are, depending upon whether they're stuck or where they're trying to go. And I talk about taking advantage of the time now, not waiting 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, but taking advantage of the opportunity to kind of like plan your future. Because if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So when we find I've had students who are going to college. I share with them the importance of focusing on the right career choices. And then we also have those who are in HR who are transitioning from college. And just recently, 3 years ago, after 4 years of the United States Air Force and 29 years in retail customer service, I was actually vetted to receive my retirement. And I'm at a young 50. So I have retired clients who just are transitioning and want to do something besides rocking a chair and waste away the rest of their life. So we have other careers at the end of, other careers that I share with them. Those are some of my clients as well. So I'm having a lot of fun just with people who want to follow their dreams, believe their dreams, and also birth a dream. So that is what I do consistently today as my consulting business. Okay,
so with the individuals that you speak to and work with, one of the biggest challenges is, okay, he has told me what to do, I know what to do, but then it's kind of like you coaching me on how to play football, but we haven't been out on the field and we haven't practiced and gotten those reps in, what they call it, those repetitions in. How do you, and what I find with people who don't make that breakthrough is that they don't get those reps in and they don't actually get on the ground and start actually moving and swinging the bat, so to speak. Do you deal with that issue, and how do you work with your clients with that?
Of course, one of the best ways of learning, and I shared this in my book 9 Steps to Reach Your Full Potential, is that not only is it important for you to learn what to do, but it's also important to know what not to do. For years, I've followed Dennis Kimbrough, who shared the discipline of doing what you have to do when you know you have to do it, whether you want to or not. Some people get out of bed every day and they have a doom and a gloom, and some people get out of bed and they go after the things that they want to do, have become. But the 9 steps that I share in the process of having success is, first, success is nothing more than a statistical event. And if you follow the vision, the visualizations that you have every day, the affirmations that you have every day, if you have an idea, of course, you've heard the adage, Zig Ziglar saying, what you want to do, have and become, getting proper education. Education is not just in the classroom, but every day. Mm-hmm. We should feed our mind and our mental focus. And psychologists say, what you focus on, the longer you become the strongest. And I treat everybody like a winner. So focusing on the goals and objectives that they have, I share with them that you become, as we know, we talk visualization, which is so important, mm-hmm. but you are part of your own movie. You tell your life story. So you wake up every day, you're the star. Mm-hmm. So as a result of that, tell your vision. What are the things that you want to do? What are you trying to have? And what are you trying to accomplish? As a result of that, when you decide to tell your vision, be so very careful not to have people who try to divide or division. And when you continue to live the part and believe in yourself, as Stephen Covey said, ferociously, other people will be afraid not to, and then there will be provisions. So through that process of those 9 steps, there's the information, learn what and what not to do, and then take action. Some people don't have goals, they don't have objectives, and some goals are not really achievable. You can't really believe some goals. So do things that are practical every day. And as a result of that, success for me is not the day that I became an author. It's not the day that I retired or get booked for speaking. Success it all started in the mind. So that's the first thing we work with. Someone thinking, can you do this? If not, then we'll find people that can help you. Or as an example of what I've accomplished, I teach people what roles that I found bumps and what not to do as equally important.
Okay. Now, and I'm glad you addressed that, because that's one of the common pitfalls, and so you articulated it very well, how you help them bridge that gap from getting where they want to be to where they can be to reach their goals. Now, what are some of the popular misconceptions that people have about what you do and what you bring to the table, and how do you dispel those?
One of the most popular conceptions that people have is that sometimes people feel like it's always kind of too late. People I've found that have lost opportunities. There's 3 things that you have to take advantage of: spoken word, time, and you can't get back a rock that is thrown. So what I do is I genuinely tell them that it's never too late. It's never over. And the second thing that I teach them, time is very, very unforgiving, very, very unforgiving. So you have to, as a result of where you are and what you want to do and accomplish, you have to take advantage of time. And when we find people who are very negative, who are very tough on themselves, I actually, as a person that believes in taking advantage of every opportunity, I tell them the time is now. Now, pretty much it's your time. We're all born. It takes 40 days before an embryo, and then 40 weeks, and then you're birthed, right? What a wonderful world. What a wonderful life that we have. I was born on the wrong side of the track, very poor community, and as a result of having no opportunities at all, if there's not an opportunity, you have to create it, and it's like right now. Mm-hmm. Time, if you really believe that you can achieve some things, stop going with the old adage, winning and losing. There's no winning and losing. It's winning and learning. If you learn what not to do, and a lot of times we find people who are very, very tough on themselves, and that's the challenge that we have to overcome. And I said, some people are so negative, you put them in a dark room, they'll develop. They cry, they grieve, they moan. But people don't understand why. If you're failing, one of the things that you have to learn to do is fail forward. Failure becomes a part of success. Failure comes before success in the dictionary. And it's always important to me that when I fail, I've not lost anything. I've just learned something. So my main mentality for helping other people achieve success is let's take advantage of the time now. Now, time is duration, time is a donation, but time is also devotion. What you're devoted to the longest and what your convictions are the strongest, a lot of times that's going to become a result of the things that happen in your life. So I just made up my mind, nothing bad's going to happen to me today, tomorrow. I'm always thinking positive. And, thinking positive is also a great attribute to someone who wants to achieve success. So that's the biggest misconception, is that if they don't take advantage of time, time is very unforgiving. And I share that with most of my clients.
Okay, awesome. And that's, excellent points you bring up about failing forward. And that's one of my favorite books with John C. Maxwell. So that's very, very good, very excellent information. Now, with the last 60 seconds that we have here, I would like for you to convey one concept and leave the listeners with one thought, so that if they don't remember anything else, or if they don't get anything else, this is what I want them to get. This is what I want to leave them with. Could you do that?
Yes, I will remember maximize every moment, seize every moment, and then you also have to own every moment. Get a vision of what you want to do, have it become, and then make that vision a part of you. Have an inscription. Write it in your heart, write it in your vision, put it down in front of you at all times. Then describe what you want. People can't help you if you don't know what you want. They can't help you. And then also make sure that you subscribe, buy into your vision, buy into someone else who's a mentor. And then finally, there's a prescription. Prescribe the things that you feel that's going to make you successful. And those, as a result, will be giving you the opportunity to become and achieve your dreams. So now is your time. And that's just basically what I want to leave with them. The time is now. Don't wait till one of these days become none of these days. Now is their time. So maximize that moment.
Very powerful words of wisdom. Now, if the listeners out there would like to contact you, learn more about what you do, and possibly utilize your services, what's the best way for them to do that?
The best way to reach me, it would be at my website, which is www.robertlemon.org. Also have a personal email address, is rrobertlemon@aol.com. rrobertlemon@aol.com. I'll be glad to share with them concept and consult with them on how I can help them achieve and get to their next level and reach their full potential.
Well, Dr. Lemon, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. That was very powerful information that you shared with the listeners, and we appreciate it.
Okay, thank you so very much for having me. And remember, now is your time.
Outstanding.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.